Alright guys, so let me quickly introduce about my company. So this is your host Manish Sharma, right? Now, in today's session, I'll be covering few more things that I already told you, but let me quickly tell you about my company or our company. So basically, our company is not only a training company, we also provide some services, right? Now the services again, so here you can see this is our website where you will get all the information about your about our services, about our online training programs, and you can also contact us through this website. Right now, here we have mentioned some mobile numbers over here, right? So this is the mobile number. For any query you can call us on this mobile number, and if you have any query, still you can drop us an email over there. Now if I talk about the services part, we are providing some services related to information security, structure cabling related services. Apart from that, some AMC services. If I talk about your services like if you want a remote help, so basically we are covering, as of now we are covering pan India, right? So we are providing our services on pan India basis. So not just only these service, we have few more service. For that you can drop us an email on this email ID, right? Now let me move to the training part, as this is your class, so that's why first I need to cover the training part. So basically as of now we are providing CCNA, Cisco and other vendors training programs, right? Basically we are providing training on AWS, F5. We do provide firewall trainings, right? And apart from firewall trainings, we also provide Cisco trainings, right? So if I talk about our customers and the project, so basically we have covered, we do have 200 and plus satisfied customer, right? And apart from that, we are, as I told you, we are handling the companies, or we have deployed our project on pan India. Right now, let me quickly go through with the tab and all the things. So before we start, let me tell you, if you need any information about this PaloAlto and Checkpoint firewall, you can select any option according to your requirement, right? So again, this batch is all about your PaloAlto and Checkpoint firewall, right? So basically this is the combo batch where we are going to learn both of the firewalls simultaneously, right? If I talk about other companies, other training companies, maybe they will be teaching you two different firewalls, right, in a single manner. But if you want, you do have other option to choose it. Like if you want to join only one firewall, you do have this option as well, right? Again, let me quickly show you something over here. So basically this is our company's page, right? For any query you can contact us on this tab, right? To enroll for any course, you can click on enroll, right? As of now, the fee structure would be for two firewalls it would cost you around 14,000 or $200, right? Now, so again, that would be another network and security courses, because I'm the only one who is taking care of security part, right? And if I talk about the routing and switching and other part, so again we do have good team members with us, experienced team member with us. So basically we are also CCI people over here, right, who are teaching you, who are providing you training services, right? Now, network and security, in network and security, because basically this is this is your complete firewall course, right? So that would be 100% your firewall course basically. Then if I talk about the batch schedule, so this would be your batch schedule. We will be starting this batch from 20th of Feb, which is Saturday, right? From this month. So this is second. Again, we are starting this batch from 20th of February 2021, right? And the timing for this batch would be 8:30 p.m. IST. There is only one batch as of now. We were planning two batches, weekend and weekdays, but if we get more people interested for weekdays, we can create another batch, right? So basically we are starting this batch from the weekends, from 20th of February 8:30 p.m. right? For enrollment, I already showed you the tab. You can visit our website for enrollment purpose, or you can call us on this number, right? You can call us or you can WhatsApp us on this number for any queries, right? And you can also give us or send us an email on this email address, right? For any types of query, for enrollment related issues and all, right? So there would be 100% support provided by us. Now if I talk about this number, so again you are going to connect with me through this number, because as of now we don't have any team with us, right? We do have trainer with us, well trained trainer. They have around 4 to 5 years of experience. Again, if I talk about my experience, so my experience with the firewalls, it would be 4 to 5 years, and again the total experience would be 10 years, right? If you want to connect with me over the LinkedIn, you can join me over the LinkedIn if you want, right? Now, so this is basically your batch schedule, and again here we are going to cover two firewalls. The first one is PaloAlto and the second one is Checkpoint Firewall. And we do have two options to learn these two firewalls. Either we can learn these two firewalls together, and if you want to enroll just for one firewall, yes, you do have that option as well, right? Now let me move to the next part and let me talk about the fees, right? So if I talk about the course fee, again for Indian students it would be 14,000, right? If you want, you can make part payments, 7,000 and 7,000 in 2 EMIs, right? And for international students it would cost you around $200 for international student, and still split payment option is also available for this course. Now let me move to the today's agenda. So basically we are going to cover we are going to install PaloAlto firewall, right, as well as Checkpoint Firewall. But as of now, in today's session specifically, we are going to work on our Checkpoint Firewall, and we will also be covering how to deploy your firewall, or how to we are also be covering some architecture part of my firewall, right? So let me quickly close this slide and let me quickly open the VMware. So this is your VMware. Clear, guys? Now let me just give me a second. Let me show you how to install your Checkpoint Firewall into your VMware. Alright guys, so again the pre-requirements to install your Checkpoint Firewall in your VMware would be, at least you need 4 GB of RAM. Means you need to give a 4 GB of RAM to your virtual machine, right? I'll show you one by one. Just give me a second. Let me connect my pen with my laptop. Okay, done. Now yes, it is working now. Now to install checkpoint firewall. To install checkpoint firewall, what we will get is we will get only on ISO files. Now so basically we are proceeding this class with the installation, right? Let me show you the architecture part first. So suppose this is your gateway. Right, now I am talking about the deployment of your checkpoint firewall. Suppose this is your gateway, and basically if I talk about checkpoint firewall mostly, not mostly, every time it would be deployed with their 3-tier architecture, right? So basically your checkpoint firewall has a 3-tier architecture. Now let me show you how to deploy it. Suppose this is your gateway. And on the other end you have one management server. Again guys, for management server and for gateway, the operating system would remain same. So it would be your GAIA, GAIA. Basically GAIA is the Spanish name which come from Spain, right? GAIA means, in other words, it would be mother, right? So GAIA means mother. Now so basically GAIA is the name of this operating system that my checkpoint firewall using. Now today we are going to install checkpoint version R80.10, right? So this would be your version where we are going to do all the practicals. Again guys, why I am choosing this version? Because this version would be more stable, right? We can perform a lots of practical on this version. That is the reason we are choosing this, right? Now PaloAlto checkpoint also has 80.10 and 80.20 and 80.30 as well, right? Again, but if I talk about the stable version according to the training requirements, again R80.10 would be the best, right? Now let's get back to the architecture part. So now to configure your gateway, so again guys, gateway is something which is connected with your outside network. Suppose this is your internet, right? So again this would be your untrusted network. And on the other end, suppose this is your 1/1 and this is your 1/0, right? 1/1 and 1/0 port. Now your one port is connected with untrusted zone, which is basically internet, and your other interface 1/0, which is connected with your inside network, which is your trusted zone, basically, right? Now trusted zone, now we need another thing again guys. So I'm telling you the architecture part. Now we must need one more software which is called Smart Console. So basically in 3-tier architecture of your checkpoint firewall, we have 3 things or 3 points. So basically gateway is the one who is going to perform all the policy part, and who is going to perform all the tasks like antivirus thing, URL filtering, all the things, right? But again we also need management device or a management server with us, right? Now, just to configure gateway again, in this three tier architecture, there are three things. Now the first thing is gateway, second thing is your management server, and the third thing is your smart console, right? Again, just to configure gateway, you need two more things, right? It means if I talk about the box for the gateway, you have two options, right? Either you can put enable management and gateway in a different box, right? It means for that you have to buy two firewalls if you want to deploy this kind of scenario, right? If you want to deploy your firewall in these kind of situations, right? So you have two options. Either you can buy two firewall and make one firewall as a management server and make other firewall as a gateway. Now the second option is, suppose this is your firewall, we can make a single firewall as a management. We can use a single firewall for management purpose and gateway purpose as well, right? So basically it depends upon the version of your operating system. Suppose if you use R80.10, again both of the things available. If you want to enable management server and gateway in a single box, you can do that. If you want management server separately and your gateway separately, you can also do that. For that you have to buy two boxes, right? Again, Checkpoint is gonna provide you these boxes. Now guys, without smart console you cannot configure your firewall. Without smart console you won't be able to configure your gateway, right? Again, because once you install smart console, you need to map your gateway and management server as well, right? So the process is something like, suppose we are on a smart console. So first we need to synchronize with management server once. After that we have to synchronize with gateway. So this is how it is working. So basically this is your three tier architecture of your PaloAlto firewall, right? So without these three things we cannot configure the gateway. We are not able to configure the gateway. Now to configure gateway we need smart console. Today I am going to show you smart console demo, and I'll show you some policy part and how to get the access of your firewall. So now let us quickly jump to the VMware and let us install this gateway. Now, so this is your gateway, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to install either management server or gateway, and then we are going to take a GUI access of that gateway. Now guys, now let me tell you one more thing. You can also take GUI access of this firewall through your web browser, but again, to deploy policy into your firewalls you need smart console installed in your computer, right? Without smart console you cannot deploy any kind of policy to the gateway. Yes, through GUI you can manage your firewall, but you cannot deploy policies. Even you won't be able to enable the blades. So here it says blades. Instead of feature, Checkpoint call it as a blades, right? So according to Checkpoint, these are blades. Blades, like suppose if you have antivirus feature, so that would be a blade for my Checkpoint firewall. Antivirus, IPS, IDS. This is another feature that is also called as a blade, right? And we do have few more features like your content ID. This is another blade for my firewall. So in case of checkpoint, instead of calling, we cannot call it feature. Basically, these are your blades, right? These are your blades: content ID, app ID, application ID, right? And we do have VPN blade. So for that we call it blade. Now let me quickly start the configuration part. Okay, so guys, we are back to VMware now. To install that file on the VMware, again, what you need is you need one ISO file, and you will get this ISO file from Checkpoint website, right? So for that, I'll put the link in the description of this video, right? So that you can download the ISO file as well. Now, so I already have downloaded the ISO file, and the size for that ISO file would be 324 GB around. Yeah, I'm talking about R80.10, right? Now let me quickly look at the ISO file. Yeah. Okay guys, one more thing we can add over here is for your R80.10, we do have a single ISO file, right? With single ISO file we can install management server, and we can also install your gateway to VMware. Now if I talk about the version R80.30, for that you have two separate ISO file. One is for gateway, and the second one is for management, right? So we have two ISOs basically, so we can also install these two ISOs separately, right? But if I talk about R80.10, we have single ISO to install management server and gateway, right? So today we are going to install R80.10. So let me show you how to set up your R80.10. So again, back to VMware. Now click on files and just click on open and just give it a path. Checkpoint, this is your checkpoint. Okay, so here you won't be able to find that ISO file. So for that, what you can do is just create new virtual machine and click on next. Now browse that ISO file from this option, checkpoint, and this is your R80.10, right? Click on open. Now it says could not detect which operating system this disk and all, right? So what you can do is you can either choose ISO file from this point, or you can click on this button. I'll install the operating system later on, right? Now click on next. Now just select Linux over there, and so okay, it would be your other Linux 4.x or later kernel 64-bit. So this option you need to choose, right? Now click on next. You can also click on other, and you do have another option. So put it as a Linux, because my checkpoint operating system is based on Linux only, right? So better we can choose the Linux part, right? Now click on next. Again, give it a name. So now we are going to install gateway. So this is your gateway, and this is the directory where we are going to install this gateway. Click on next. Now number of processor, if you have lots of processor, you can provide it more than 1 or 2. So it depends upon your requirement, or it depends upon your, at least we need 1 processor and 1 core for it. Now the RAM part, right? For RAM, you can select, you can give it a 4 GB of RAM. So it would be 4096. Next. Now we are not talking about these options, right? Again, bridge is something, it is going to link with your adapter, or your wireless adapter or network adapter, right? If we choose bridging part, right? So let me put it as it is as of now, net, and click on next, next, and the next. Create a new virtual disk. Again, for that you need minimum 100 GB of space. Minimum it would be 50 GB, but if you have extra space, you can give it up more space, right? Now click on next, and this would be your location, and this would be your file name, gateway.vmdk. Next, and finish. Once you click on finish, you will see your operating system over here. Now let me quickly edit this virtual machine. Click on edit. Now we are going to edit this virtual machine, and we are going to change it to the bridge. Right now bridge is done. If you want this printer, so you can put it, otherwise it is useless for us, so just remove it. Right now the 50 GB space, 2 processor, and the RAM would be 4 GB. Just click on OK, and click on power on this machine. Now first what it will do is, it will try to get IP address from DHCP. Right now at the time of installation, we will get one option to manually set up your management IP address, right? So let us wait for few more seconds. Okay, you can click on Control C, so that you can cancel this process. Okay, it says no operating system found. In that case, what you need to do, click on shutdown and edit virtual machine. It means we have to provide the source, right? So we have to provide the ISO image. Now click on browse, and so this is your checkpoint R80.10 T479 Gaia.iso, and the size would be 3.7 GB. Open. Okay, power on this machine. Now it will capture, it will find the operating system. Okay guys, so great. So here you can see the operating system of my firewall. Right now it says welcome to checkpoint Gaia R80.10, and you have 2 options over here. The first option says install Gaia on the system, and the second option says do not install Gaia, boot from local drive. Cool guys, so here you can see on the downside, you can see we have automatic boot in 22 seconds, right? So Gaia is basically the operating system of your checkpoint firewall, right? This is the operating system of your checkpoint firewall. Now just select the first option, install Gaia on this system. Click on it. Now just wait for a few more seconds, because again it is going to take time. Just to set up perfectly again, please be ready with all the things like your VMware and a good memory of your laptop. So again guys, during this training, if I talk about the lab part, if you need lab support for that, yes, I do have few contacts with me. If you want lab support as well, it would be available, right? But for lab support, if you want to access racks, if you want a physical rack access, if you want EVE-NG access through any server, you can contact me for that. But again, that would not be included in this training fees, right? Because if I add it, then the training fees would go higher. If you have a simple laptop like 16 GB of RAM, that would be enough for us. We can easily perform all the tasks, even the diagram which I showed you, right? We can let me show you the diagram again. So this would be your diagram, right? So we are successfully we can easily deploy this kind of diagram in with the 16 GB of RAM, right? We can perform all of the practicals from our laptop only, right? Now let me quickly start the welcome your checkpoint installation process. Now what it says, this process will install the checkpoint Gaia RET.10 operating system and associated application. Do you wish to proceed the installation? Yes, just click on OK, hit enter. Now it is saying just tell us your language. So it would be US and OK. Click on OK. Now the next part, it says partition configuration. So now your disk size would be 49 GB now. So here's the point. Now for log, you can specify the space according to your requirement. Suppose if you want to give more space to your logs part, you can manage the space over here. For system root, it would be 10 GB. For system swap, it would be 3 GB, and for logs, it would be 2 GB, and for backup and upgrade, it would be 34 GB, right? Just for backup, right? So if you want, you can increase it or decrease it as per your requirement. So let me make it 5 GB. Okay, it is 10 and this is my 5. Done. Right, now again you need to click on OK. Now it is saying you have to set up the admin account password. Now just set up the admin account password over there. So it would be okay, I am putting as a Cisco @123 and C would be the capital. Click on OK. Now it is saying just give it a IP to your management interface. Now you can choose this IP according to your requirement, right? Suppose if you are getting for IP, let me suggest you one thing. What you have to do is, first you have to go and check your LAN IP address. For that, just go over there and click on properties. Not on properties, just click on this Wi-Fi tab, open network and internet sharing center, right? Change adapter option. Now you will see these kind of windows. As of now I am connected through Wi-Fi, so click on status, details and check the series. So here the IP addressing series would be 192.168.1.37 and the gateway would be 192.168.1.1. So guys, I would suggest you to use the same subnet when you are going to give the IP address to your this device, right? So that would be better, so that you can also use your external browser to access this firewall, right? So basically 1.1 is your gateway, so we are not going to give it a 1. Let me put it as 100, right? Now the default gateway would be 1.1 for my firewall, right? If we put the correct default gateway, then only my firewall would be able to communicate with the internet. Now there is another thing, DHCP server on this interface. If you want to get IP address through DHCP server, you can do that. But again, I would never recommend you to use DHCP server for management interface configuration. Because you will face lots of issue. Sometimes the packet go from your default gateway instead of going from your outside interface, right? That is the reason I would never suggest you to use your DHCP server when you are going to configure your default gateway. Sorry. Okay. Okay, right guys. Now again click on OK. We are done with this step. Okay. Now it says the next stage of installation process will format your all hard drive. Again guys, so don't worry about it, because it is not going to format your complete hard drive. Basically here we are getting this warning because this device or the operating system, basically we have provided 50 GB of space, right? So again it is going to perform a formation process, so it will only format 50 GB. Again nothing is going to be changed in your internal drive, so don't worry about it, just click on OK. Now it is preparing for installation. Okay guys, so wait for a few more minutes again. So before we okay, it is going to take some time, around 5 minutes or maybe 3 to 4 minutes. Again guys, I am setting this up this operating system in just 4 GB RAM, right? Now we do have other options. Suppose if you want, I can tell you some codes or something like short keys or secrets, right? Once you install this firewall with the 4 GB RAM, and once you set up all the things, go back and just change your RAM allocation and put it as a 2 GB, right? Again my device will work fine, right? But just for installation you need at least 30 GB of space, sorry 20 GB of space for R80.10, and you need at least 4 GB of RAM for the installation process, because again it is going to check your hardware requirements. After checking your hardware requirements, it is going to perform all the things, right? So that is the reason I want you all to choose the 4 GB RAM at least in the starting when you are going to set up this firewall. Meanwhile guys, I want all of you to just put something on the chat box. If you have any question, you can ask me about it, right? So again you can you have chat box over here, you can put your queries in the chat box. I am open and available to take all the queries. And guys, if I talk about the responses, I am getting so many a good response from your end during these live session. Basically, previously I was giving so many live session, but we were not exactly going live on YouTube, right? But from last week, we started going live on YouTube, right? Again, guys, if I talk about the training part, so my training and our trainings are not available on Udemy and other websites, right? So basically, we cannot sell training like that, right? So again, this is something called unprofessional way to teach people, according to me, right? So maybe some people would love Udemy. Yes, definitely Udemy is a good platform, because again you will learn all the things with the recording session, and it will give you a flexibility. But again, my trainings and my company's training would not be available through any other portal or channel, right? Now, so now it is saying copying files and checkpoint software blades. So again, guys, for any query, you can contact me on the given mobile number. Right, I am putting my mobile number in the chat box also. So guys, just wait for a few more minutes. Again, it is not going to take much time. We will be able to get the GUI access very soon. Again, guys, if you like this session, you can share this session with your friends. Okay, done. So now the installation has been completed. Now you need to click on reboot, and it says to take the console of this device, you need to put this HTTPS URL, basically HTTPS 192.168.1.100. Now click on OK, or click on reboot, so that again this device is going to be reboot. Now it says rebooting the system. So again, you can see over here kernel alive, kernel direct. Actually, if I talk about this operating system, your checkpoint operating system based upon your Linux, basically. So most of the commands, if I talk about the commands of your checkpoint firewall, again it is very relevant to your Linux device or Linux operating system, right? So again, the base of this operating system would be Linux. Okay, again it is going to take few more minutes. Please be on the line. Cool guys, if you like this video, you can also share this video with your friends. And if I talk about guys, if I talk about this course again, yeah, the recording session would be provided, and if you need extra help, suppose suppose you are facing any issue in your company where you are working related to checkpoint and PaloAlto, definitely we are going to support that as well, right? Now, one more thing, if you want to revise, suppose you have enrolled for Checkpoint Firewall and for PaloAlto Firewall, and you want one quick revision, and you want to join our another upcoming batch, you can also do that, right? Now, guys, so here you can see it says login. So let me quickly check my credentials with it, and admin, right, and just put the password. Or we can take the geo access. Cool. So now we got the access, CLI access, right? So again, question mark, you can put question mark to take more help. And so here you have few more commands. You can call the command show interfaces, basically interface, right, interface, and enter. Okay. So again guys, same like Cisco, you can use tab to complete any kind of command. As of now it says no interfaces, because as of now we already only configured your HTTP your management interface. Now let me take the access of my firewall. So here is my Mozilla Firefox browser. Just click on it. Now put that URL over there, https // the IP would be 2.168.1.100. Enter. Once you click on once you enter, and here you can see warning, potential security risk ahead. Why it is saying? Because again, my checkpoint firewall basically providing a certificate, right? And my firewall, my browser, basically my Mozilla Firefox browser, which is not able to, my firewall is not able to capture or understand that certificate. That is why it is saying you can move ahead on your own risk. Now to move ahead with it, just click on advanced and accept the risk and continue. It says invalid security certificate, right? Now here's the access of your checkpoint gateway or checkpoint Gaia portal. Now you have to put the username over there. So the username would be admin, and the password that we set it up for management, so it would be enter. If you want to save, you can save it. Okay, so once you entered the password, here you can see R80.10 first time configuration wizard, right? Now welcome to the checkpoint first time configuration wizard. Click on next, and so here you have option continue with your R80.10 configuration. Now click on next. Okay, Now you have another option to set up your management password, right? So the default interface for management would be ETH0, that basically we are using for management, right? If you wanna configure IPv6, so you have one option to configure IPv6 address over there, right over here. So you can choose manually and put your IPv6 address, so that you can also take management through IPv6 address. Now let's put it as off and click on next. Now it says host name. Host name is basically the name of your firewall. Now let me write it as a gateway underscore firewall. Right, or you can put any other name according to your requirement. Gateway firewall 01 basically, right? This is how you can select it. So if you are installing this setting this firewall in your company domain, you can put your company name over there, .com, right? DNS server, again as of now I am using public DNS server. If you have a specific DNS server in your company, you can put the IP address of the DNS server. Done. If you have proxy server, you can also set up your proxy server from this option. Click on next. Now you can also set the time zone before we take access of this firewall. Click on next. Now here you can see we have two options. We only have one option, sorry. I told you in case of R80.10, we only have one option to install security gateway, a single ISO to install security gateway or management server. Now just click on it and click on next. Once you click on it, now you have two options. One is security gateway and the next one is security management server, right? If you want to install both of the things in single device, you can do that. If you want to install both of the device separately, you can also do that, right? As of now I am not talking about the clustering part. Again, this is something which is the part of your CCIC, right? It's a very huge topic. Now I'm installing your security gateway basically, right? So just click on choose security gateway as of now and uncheck this security management, because again during this training we will be following both of the things. We are going to deploy this firewall separately. It means the security gateway would be in the separate VM and the management gateway would be in the separate VM. Now click on next. Now it says, does this gateway have a dynamic address, assigned address, or it means it's saying have you got this address from DHCP? So no, just click on no and next. Now you have to give one SIG key, secure internal communication key. Now what's the benefit of this secure internal communication or SIG key is, basically we use SIG key for to communicate to enable communication between your management server and gateway, management gateway, right, or gateway and management, right? So again to make connection between your management server and your gateway, you have to put the same SIG key, right guys? So again yes, you do have option to reset the SIG key through your CLI, right? But again, I would suggest you to use SIG key that you remember it, so that you can remember it, right? So just put a SIG key. This SIG key will help us to synchronize with my management server. If it is gateway, then it would help us to connect with my management server. Now security gateway, and click on finish. So this will start the configuration process. Click on yes. Okay, again guys, so it will take some time. Done. Now it says just restart your computer. Click on OK. Now again, let me move to the VMware, and here you can see my firewall is going to reboot again. So just again we need to wait for a few more minutes so that my firewall gets rebooted again. So done guys, again we can see the screen, login screen. Now let me move to my Gaia portal again, and just put your username and password and click on login. So once you log into your Gaia portal, so here you can see the basic device setup or the basic configuration about your your device, right? So now let me okay. So on the left hand side you can see one tab which says overview, right? Now we have view mode, which is advanced, and if you want you can put it as a basic. So the mode or the way to showing this mode would be changed. Now let me put it as advanced so that we can unlock the advanced feature of this GUI mode, right? Now, so guys, here you can see, if it is management server, then it would say checkpoint security management. Now it is your gateway, that is why it is saying this is your gateway. It is not your management server. Now here you can see it says the version, basically R80.10 would be the version of this firewall, right? Now addition 64-bit, and this is build number, this is the uptime 2 minutes, right? Now, so blades, again, as I told you, blades means the feature that this firewall has. IPsec VPN, we can enable IPsec VPN. So basically IPsec VPN is a blade for this firewall. Firewall blade, which is by default enabled on this firewall. IPS blade, application control, URL filtering blade. Antivirus is basically a blade. Anti-bot, threat emulation, threat extraction, and anti-spam and mail, DLP, data loss prevention, mobile access, that is used for remote VPN, right? Now here you can see by default we have one loopback adapter as well. So here you can see all the interfaces on this tab. By default we have ETH 0, 192.168.1.100, which is up by default, and the next one is your loopback adapter. Now on the left hand side you have one network management tab. On the network management tab you can configure your network interfaces. To configure your interface you can click on add. As of now we are getting only 2 interface. Why? Because at the time of setup, at the time of when we were setting up this firewall, that time we used a single, just let me show you. So basically my firewall has a single LAN adapter, right? Just go to the settings. That is why we can see only and only one interface. If you have 4 LAN adapters, then the interface would be 4 or 5, and if you choose if you add few more adapters to it, then the interface would be higher. As of now we only have one interface, it means one adapter, right? Now let me minimize it. On the left hand side you can see DHCP server option. Again you can also enable the DHCP, and here you can provide the pool configuration or pool IP addressing for your DHCP server. Now you can also set up time, cloning, server and all. But guys, let me see, can you guys see one option, so from where we can put or deploy policy? We don't have any option over here. Policy based routing is there, routing discovery, routing option, route redistribution, RIP, OSPF, PIM, BGP, everything is there, but there is no option to put or put the policies into this firewall, right? Now to put the policy, again as I told you, you have to use Smart Console, right? So guys, to shut down this firewall, again you have one reboot and halt button, and the command CLI command would be halt. You have to put the halt and just hit enter, and your firewall is going to shut down. Now to change password, users, you have roles over here, authentication servers, you can connect one LDAP server with it. You can also configure radius server and TechAct server with this. Here you have TechAct server option, right? And this is your high availability feature, where we need at least 2 firewalls, active firewall with us. System configuration tab, system logging. So again guys, that's not a complete setup of your checkpoint firewall. Now what you need to do is you need to create another setup for your management server, and then you have to install checkpoint Smart Console. Now I do have a Smart Console ready with me. Let me quickly show you the Smart Console.